Hello, my name is Akhil,
And I'm Maya, and we are
Harry Tinkers, and welcome to our channel.
So, in today's episode, we are going to tell you about how to reach Chopta from Dehradun and where to stay in Chopta, especially the place where we stayed in Chopta, and why Chopta is so famous. So, Chopta is a part of Kedarnath Wildlife Sanctuary and it is the base for Tungnath Trek, which is among the Panch Kedars, and Tungnath is Asia's highest Shiva temple. So the trek begins from Chopta, so you need to come to Chopta in order to start the trek from Tungnath. Chopta is an unspoiled natural destination in Uttarakhand Himalayas and offers full view of Himalayan range, which includes Trishul, Nanda Devi, and Chokhamba.
So we stayed in Dehradun, and it takes around generally 6 to 7 hours to reach Chopta. But
we took almost 8 to 9 hours because we actually took pit stops at a lot of places like Devprayag, Rudraprayag, and Dhari Devi temple.
So, as I mentioned before, we started from Dehradun and it takes around 250 kilometers odd to reach Chopta. And the route that we took is from Dehradun, we went to Rishikesh, then we took Devprayag, then we took Srinagar, then we took Rudraprayag, Agastya muni, Ukimat, and Chopta.
So, on the way to Chopta, the first pit stop which you can take is at Devprayag. So it's the confluence of two rivers, Alaknanda and Bhagirathi, and then it becomes the mainstream Ganga. So you can clearly see two rivers joining together. One is very muddy and one looks very blue in color, as you can see in the video. So here people just stop and take a look at that, and there's a temple down there where the confluence happens. So you have to travel down to the city to visit that place. We did not visit that place, we just saw it from the mountains. And so Devprayag is among the Panch Prayag in Uttarakhand, which finally becomes to River Ganga. So on the way to Chopta, we saw this very peculiar temple which was situated in the middle of the river, and we asked our driver to actually stop because we wanted to go to that temple.
The temple name is Dhari Devi Temple, and this is basically at the banks of Alaknanda River between Srinagar and Rudraprayag. And Dhari Devi Temple is basically considered as a guardian deity of Uttarakhand and also the protector of Char Dham.
The temple is home to upper half of the idol of goddess Dhari, while the lower half of the idol is located in Kalimat, where she is worshipped as goddess Kali. So this temple is actually very, very beautiful. You may have to climb down the hill to go to the temple.
So somebody who has problems in their knees or difficulty in walking, suggest not to do that.
Yes, and there are a lot of monkeys also over there. So
Be
don't
careful about
carry anything to eat, basically, and be careful about your sunglasses or anything
Which is
they
shiny.
which they can just grab and go. In total, it's a very good place to visit. It is a very unique temple. We have never visited such a temple, especially in South India. We don't have such temples because here the deity is only the face of the goddess. So after Dhari Devi temple, you will reach this town called Rudraprayag, where you can see the confluence of two rivers again, Alaknanda and Mandakini. Here also you can definitely see the differentiation in the water of both rivers, and it is considered to be again among one of the Panch Prayags in Uttarakhand. So after passing Rudraprayag, there's a city called Agastya, and from there only you can take a deviation for Kedarnath.
Yeah, it's around like 86 kilometers or
Yes.
90 kilometers or to reach Kedarnath from Agastya.
And that was the place where Akhil actually saw Himalayas for the first time.
Very first time, and it was mind blowing. I would say I think it was like towards the evening, so sun was actually setting.
And the mountain was in its peach and orangish
Yeah.
hue because of the sunset, and it was one of the most beautiful view we had seen on
Yeah.
that day.
And I was just looking at it, I was like, why does it look so beautiful? It is like white, and it's that orangish pinch which is there, and it was like something else. And the driver is the one who said that, hey, you know what, that's Himalaya. I was like, oh my god. It was mind blowing. It was a really good experience that I had.
So we would also like to tell you that if you are planning to take a public transport to Chopta, the buses are only available till Ukimat, and after that there are Jeep which is available, and that also it doesn't take like one person. They have to be like a group of people, then only they'll take you to the place. So the camp people also provide transportation if you tell them in advance. It will be better that you take your own car or you go by cab, because it's actually little difficult to reach Chopta because it's at a very high altitude and people usually don't prefer taking the public transport over there.
Yeah, it's just Jeep that you generally find, and as Maya mentioned, it's so what you find is only camps in Chopta.
Yes.
And tent camps that is been found in Chopta, and you would have to pre-book it because this is basically under the Tunkanath Wildlife Sanctuary. So they would have to give your information to the government, and due to which your information has to be provided in advance to whichever camp that you're actually looking for.
Yeah.
So we actually reached by around like 8ish or 8:30 at Chopta. But what I would suggest is please try to reach by prior to 6 o'clock because it's pitch dark. You would not be able to see anything.
Yeah.
And luckily, our driver is from Uttarakhand, so he knows the route. It's all hilly. He has been to Chopta multiple times, so he knows about the location, how to reach, and whatever it is. But if you are actually traveling alone, I would suggest please reach before 6 o'clock because you cannot see anything on the road, and the road is also not in a good condition because of the hilly side which is there.
And as it's situated in between the wildlife sanctuary, there is a possibility of animal crossing as well.
High possibility of animal crossing, and I would say we have actually and our driver was actually telling that a leopard just passed away. We did not see, but we saw a fast moving animal just crossing. But it's just an experience. But I would suggest please try to reach before 6 o'clock at the location. So we actually stayed at Chopta Wildlife Camp, and this is a very beautiful place. And I would have to say thanks to Surya again for suggesting this such a beautiful location. And this is basically located 350 meters from the base of the Tunkanath trek. And as Maya mentioned earlier, we have actually reached towards the night, and we did not know, or we were not understanding how the route actually was, and there was a person who actually came down over here and then helped us in picking up the luggage and everything. The thing that you have to be very careful about is this location doesn't have any range, and luckily there was a bit of a range in Geo, and that's the only thing that actually saves you in connecting with these folks, because rest of the shops which is over there, they would also not help you in calling any of these folks, and they do not have a local landline which is available. So it's always suggested, if you want, just buy a Geo SIM just for this purpose, so that in case if you're going to Chopta or any of these locations in Uttarakhand, I think Geo is one service which is actually working perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned earlier, we stayed at Chopta Wildlife Camp, and we paid around 1,400 rupees
Per person.
Yeah, per person, and this generally includes your breakfast, dinner, and snacks. So the food is really good.
Yeah.
And another aspect that I would have to tell is the prices keeps on varying based on the season that you're actually booking. So please don't go behind the price that I mentioned.
We went at off season.
Yeah.
When Tungnath temple was not actually open. That's why we got
that
it
got
at this.
closed like 2 days
Yeah.
prior to the time that we reached. So due to which the price was a little bit less, I would say. But then you can also check other locations as well. But you will find a lot of camps available. You can check online, and then you would be able to find the contact information. The person that whom we connected with is one of the manager. His name was Chachit, and the place has been really good. The camp, the services which they've provided was amazing.
Yes.
They have been always available, as in when we call them for water or whatever it may be, and they're always available and very helpful folks.
So this is basically a tented accommodation, and it can actually accommodate 5 to 6 people easily because there were 3 beds.
Yeah.
And
Good amount of blankets which they have given.
And the temperature actually goes down to minus degrees as well. The day when we stayed there, it was
I think 0.
yeah, because in the morning when we woke up, all the dew drops were frozen.
And I think one of the best thing that happened was the next day morning when we woke up. We didn't know it was so beautiful. The first thing that when we opened up is straight away Himalaya that we are actually seeing.
It was very beautiful. It was actually unexpected. We did not know that we were going to see this. It was absolutely very beautiful.
Yeah.
Then also, all these camps run on solar energy,
Yeah.
and the electricity goes off by 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. max. So
I think by
whatever-
11, yeah, it's done. So you would
Yeah.
not have electricity. So it's suggested to charge the devices, whatever that you want to charge.
Good morning from Chopta. So we are staying in a tent here, and this is how our tent looks from outside. It's a very cold place, especially at night. It becomes very, very cold. And so this is the whole area. And that blue tent, what you see there, is the kitchen. And so bonfire is banned here, so we take we get warmth for our hands from the food what they are cooking from the stove. So yeah.
And since it's within the wildlife, there is a high possibility of animals coming inside the camp as well. And we actually had an experience of
funny incident actually.
Yeah.
So what happened is we had our dinner, and then we thought, because we were going for a trek for the next day, we thought of carrying some extra chapatis. So we asked the guys in the camp to make some extra chapatis for us, and we kept it on the table. And then we went to sleep. Now by 10:30, 11, already the electricity is gone, and we did not know that something like this would happen. And we heard a very, very scary screeching voice, and as if somebody was trying to come inside the tent. We felt like that, and the sound was like really very loud.
As
And-
if like somebody's like scratching on top of a hard metal or whatever it is. So that's the kind of sound that we heard.
Yeah, and so I was sleeping. I did not know any of it. But Akhil and my friend Gunjan, they both actually saw something inside the tent. It was a white color small animal.
It was basically a fox.
Yeah.
And what generally happens is during the kind of winter season, they generally don't get the food in the forest. So wherever they can find the food, they would basically come down. And of course, we being humans, we generally give things wherever it's possible. And so I think the fox actually
Came for the chapati, and it
Chapati.
actually took the chapati and went.
Also, this is a part of Kedarnath Wildlife Sanctuary. So the power goes off at probably 10:30 or 11ish. And there's one more thing which has been happening for past 2 days, which is there are these wild foxes which usually come inside your tent, and if there is something to eat, they'll just take it and go. So there was this funny incident. What happened is we had this chocolates which was kept inside the glass jar. The animal has literally opened the glass jar and then taken the chocolates. By the morning, it was all over. So first day, we did not know that this is happening. So yesterday night, what we did is we tried to close all the zippers in the tent, and then we tried to sleep. But then still the fox was trying so hard to come inside for some time. It was like scratching the tent and all that. And then because there is no light, you feel so scared. And also the dewdrops keep falling on your tent, so you can actually hear the voice of the dewdrop. So there's no light, there's this fox which is annoying us. Everything was very creepy and like haunted. We felt very scared at a moment, but yesterday we were prepared because on the first day this happened and all of us got scared. But yeah, yesterday we were mentally prepared so we could sleep well. And also we did the Chandrashila trek yesterday, so we were very tired. I guess we all got like good sleep. So yeah, please enjoy.
And I think the reason why we said this is please don't be afraid. They're not gonna do anything to you.
Yes, but it is scary.
It is actually
Because
scary.
it's
Yeah.
pitch dark and you can just hear somebody scratching on your tent. And as it's a zipped tent, it's actually not safe. And people who are going for the first time will feel okay, something is going to happen, somebody is going to come inside and things like that. But that generally do not happen. Animal comes because of the food.
Yep. And
If you don't
especially
have any
because-
food materials, it's
And
absolutely
especially
fine.
because of the off season. When I say off season, it's for the animals, not for us. Off season because there is very limited amount of food which they can get inside the forest, due to which however ways it's possible, they generally come and take the food. That's all. But please don't expect big animals coming in. It's maximum. It's going to be fox, and they're not going to do anything.
Yeah. So thank you for watching the episode, and if you like our channel, please share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel.
Bye bye.